Hi there, everyone. Welcome to this Meta Product Manager Analytical Thinking interview. This used to be called the execution interview. My name is Anand. I used to be a product growth manager at Facebook. I spent 3 years there building products on both on Messenger side and eventually on Instagram side. I was involved in a lot of interviews during that time. Today, I'm playing the role of the interviewer, and my candidate here is Peter. Welcome, Peter.
Thanks, Anand. Hi, everyone. My name is Peter Wu, and I was a product manager at Meta during 2018 and 2020. And I used to work in the community integrity and core metrics teams.
So, Peter, if you're ready to get started, the execution, the analytical thinking question I would like to ask you is imagine that you're a product manager at Facebook. How do you actually set goals and measure success for Instagram Reels?
Yeah, thanks for the question, Anand. So first of all, I want to recognize that Facebook or Meta's mission is to help build communities and connect people together. And Instagram Reels allows people to share their memories in a video format that is more intriguing and more exciting with the community. That also draws interest and help people feel more connected with each other. And so if we look at Instagram Reels as a product, the first thing that we want to understand is what kind of user problem this product helps to solve. And so at a high level, as we look at Instagram Reels, first of all, we have this video creators who like to create and share videos with the world or with their followers or with their friends and families. And so these video creators would like to have a way to create videos that is very creative with different kinds of music or effects and backgrounds that can make the video very exciting and very attractive. And that is a way to help them share these exciting memories or stories with other people. And on the other hand, we also have people who are looking for interesting things to view and looking for things that their friends or families would like to share with them. And so for these people, those are the kind of user needs that they have. And then beyond just the video creators and the people who are looking for these interesting and exciting videos, there's also the Instagram platform, which is responsible for helping the video creators, the content that they have created, find its way to the people who could be interested in them and also engaging with them. So if I were to set goals for Instagram Reels, first of all, I want to set goals for the video creators being able to create creative and innovative videos that they can share with the rest of the world or their followers and network. And for the people who are looking for interesting videos to watch, I would set a goal around like empowering them to discover and engaging with interesting and exciting videos that they can watch. And also for the Instagram platform, I would set a goal around like making sure that the content that the video creators created can find the right audience who will find those videos interesting and exciting and engaging.
Peter was able to clearly articulate the product purpose, the goal definitions from all sides. He took into account the motivations of users, the creators, and also the Instagram's own objectives as well.
So those are the goals that I would set for Instagram Reels. Now, as to how are we going to measure the success of our product, I think the Uber question is, okay, how do we know that we have met our goals, right? And in order to answer that question, we want to look at the actions that each of these key actors would take and see how we can establish metrics to measure along the way to um, illustrate that we have met those goals. So first, let's take a look at the actions that creators need to take in order to create videos in Instagram Reels. So creators, first of all, they can do live recording, or if they have some photos, they can then sort of make them into short videos. But at a high level, they need to create a video, and there are some granular steps that they can also take to make the video more creative, such as adding music, background effects, etc. And after they create the video, they will be able to share with their network, and they will get different options around, like, hey, whether they want to share globally or only with their network, etc. So considering those actions that creators take, uh, first of all, for the top line metrics in terms of measuring whether that's successful or not is looking into um, how many videos that creators sort of initiated to create. Um, but then along the way of the creation process, the video creator could also save videos as a draft without publishing, without sharing. So I will also want to look into just how many videos got saved into draft instead of publishing. And in the end, if the video creator felt good about the video, they would publish and share the video. So I also want to sort of look at the last mile, like how many videos actually gets shared broadly to the world or just with their network. So to summarize, for the creator, we want to look into how many videos creators sort of kick off and initiated that creation process, how many of them ended up being saved in the draft, and how many of them ended up actually getting published. That gives us sort of the top line high level metrics into the creation process. There are a lot more metrics that I can go deeper, like but I'll only list a couple of examples here due to the sake of time. Like, we can look into like how many different effects the creator actually use, like whether they use background music, etc. Those are all sort of the more granular feature level details that we can look into to understand the creation process as well. And the other aspect is just like how easy it is for the creator to actually go through that creation process. Like how much time did it take them? Is it very difficult? How much effort they needed to take? Those will be interesting questions to understand about the creation process, in addition to just the top line metrics that I have called out. Now, other than creator, our other sort of user persona is the video consumers or content consumers, people who are looking for videos to watch that are engaging. So if we think about these video consumers, the action they take is like currently they sort of can see these Reels feeds in Instagram or on Facebook, and so that's the first thing that where they encounter, which is through these videos showing up on their feed. And I will count that like how many times a video has been shown to a user. In other words, we typically call that impressions, the number of impressions that these consumers have seen the videos. And then um, and then after they have seen the video, they may choose to sort of play the video in its full length, because usually what's being shown on their newsfeed is either just a static photo or just the first few seconds, but not necessarily playing into the video. Typically, the user has to click on the actual video to actually play the full length and being able to engage with it. So I will measure that just out of all the impressions that we show the videos to the user, how many of them actually gets clicked or played. Um, and if the user finds the video engaging, they may interact with the video, like react to the video by giving likes or comment to the video to voice their opinions or other thoughts or feelings to the video. So I will also measure just like how many likes to the video and how many comments to the video, and also when the user watches the video, the user can also opt to follow the creator. So we can also measure around like, hey, how many net new follows came as a result of sort of showing that video to the content consumer. So that will help us understand just around, okay, like, are we showing the right set of video and the most interesting and relevant videos to the content consumers? Like if we show a lot of videos, but there's like no disengagement or no clicking or playing more, then that could potentially point to a problem that we are not showing the right set of videos to the right users. And finally, thinking from Instagram platform's angle, where the goal is trying to make sure that the right set of video content find the right set of content consumers, and at the same time making sure that there's a healthy sort of a supply and demand in place. So I will monitor around like the number of videos that gets actually created, number of these active content creators, and how many of them actually getting engaged. Because when the user actually click on the video or interact with them, that's when we know as a good indication that the user was interested, and actually the right and the content find the user there. So I would definitely measure that as the part of like how to measure this product success.
Peter has a keen grasp of the user flow and gives a detailed account of the user actions. He also goes into a good level of nuance of important actions. For example, he talks not just about the creator uploads, but also videos that are saved as draft, which is fantastic. Peter's metrics are comprehensive and very detailed. He provides the detailed formula, as you've seen, including the denominator, like over what time period a particular metric is applied, like daily, weekly, monthly. Since Instagram Reels is an infotainment product, the time spent by the end user is also a key area that could have been included in the metrics. Those are great points, Peter. A couple of quick questions as a follow up, right? I think this is very good. Like you mentioned, you're focused on the creator side, you're focusing on the viewer side, and understanding some of the reasons, the motivations, and the actions they're taking, on the metrics that you're measuring there. What is the key success metric among these that you'll be picking up? If you were to put it on the top of the dashboard and then show it, what will that be?
Yeah, so I think on our dashboard, we want to monitor some of the top line metrics, and we talk about like on the creator side, right? Through the creation process, the key actions being the creator initiated the creation of videos. I want to on a dashboard. I want to monitor like just the total number of them over certain various periods of times, like on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, monthly basis, and being able to see the trend whether that is going or not. The other thing is also we also care about whether we have more content creators, because that points to whether we keep on having a healthy supply or the unique suppliers of these videos. And so I also wanted to see, in addition to just the number of videos created, but number of video creators, active video creators on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, being able to monitor that. And then I also want to monitor just videos that gets saved in draft but didn't get published. That would be a good counter or guardrail metric to help us understand like whether a lot of the creators didn't actually fully finish the content publishing process. And at the end, obviously the most important part is how many videos actually gets published and shared broadly across the world. And in the same way, I
Yeah.
want to monitor that on a daily, weekly, monthly, or even yearly basis and see how that trend is going. And then for the content consumer side, I want to see
Mhm.
number of videos shown to the user, but
Mhm.
then I also want to see how many videos that were shown actually user engage or interactive with them, because that's an indication of
Mhm.
whether we are having a healthy sort of product ecosystem where we not only have supply but we also have demand, and they have been able to find with each other. Um,
Mhm.
and so those are the key ones I want to see on the dashboard, covering from the creator
Mhm.
side and covered from the
Mhm.
consumer side.
Okay, awesome, awesome. That's great. So now we are looking at these metrics. One quick question: if I were to define, I want to measure not just the total number of active creators, but also, let's say, high quality creators. Is there a way that you can define that?
Yeah, sure. Uh, so for high quality creators, the first thing we want to define is what do we mean by, say, high quality. And
Hmm.
because quality doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, one creator creating many videos per day. And I
Hmm.
think a way to measure quality is really through the lens of the content consumers, whether they find the content
Yes.
continues to be engaging and
Yep.
exciting, and innovative. Because
Okay.
if a creator doesn't keep on creating high quality content, I would imagine the number of followers or the
Hmm.
number of interactions and engagement with the video would sort of
Good.
decrease. Yeah. So the way I would
Yes.
define quality is probably around just how many people have engaged with the content and how many
Mhm.
interactions were there.
Since they received.
Yeah, and
Okay.
also in addition to that, another way we can measure and think about quality is whether user had reported that that piece of video may have problems, right? Like so
Yes.
number of
It's a counter kind of a
that's
metric.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like number of people who may have reported the video having inappropriate content and things like that.
Yeah. That's the counter side of the quality. Yeah, that makes excellent sense. Awesome, great. Now we've defined the North Star metric. How do you actually set a goal for this product?
So when we talk about goals, first of all, there is like the qualitative goal of a product, which usually revolves around like the user problem that we are trying to solve. And so we have said that in the beginning. However, in this case, I believe you are asking about the metric goals. Is that the case?
Yeah. Let's call it the business objective, the business goals we wanted to meet. How do you set up those goals based on the North Star we received? Just tell your process. That would be fine.
Yeah. Um, so if we think about like Instagram Reels and um,
Hmm.
like why Facebook or Meta created it, like the strategic importance of Instagram Reels is really trying to help with the growth of Meta products or Facebook overall.
Hmm.
And by growth, I meant the key growth metrics uh, for Facebook or Meta, which is like uh, number of active users, the amount of time spent
Time spent.
people
Yeah.
spend with the Facebook products, and
Yes.
also
The deeper engagement of the users.
that's
Yeah.
right.
You want to
And
grow the deeper engagement among users. Yeah.
yes, and the engagement part includes like the production aspect of the social network
Yes.
where people create and share content, and also
Hmm.
the consumer aspect where it is the people who are consuming and interacting with content. And so thinking about like those business aspect of the Instagram Reels product, strategically, I think these top level growth metrics are what uh, Facebook or Meta as a
Hmm.
company uh, wants to be able to improve or increase with the Instagram Reels product.
Yes.
Does that help answer your question
Okay.
or?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we probably, as you were saying, like we will find these key engagement metrics, and as you know, put a X percentage growth, and then either tops down, bottoms up way to find that, and then increase the goal. Yeah, that makes excellent sense. Peter did a good job evaluating his metrics and was very structured in his answer. When prioritizing your metrics, you'll want to see which ones best align to both business objective and the product mission. Last quick question for you is, so these are great answers. So if you were to measure trade-offs for the metrics that you have picked up, let's say you mentioned a couple of metrics, right? Let's say there is a time spent at the overall level, but then at the product level, the deeper engagement that the users do, and then the creator side. What are some of the key counter metrics that you would measure to make sure that your North Star or your key success metrics are going in the right direction?
Yeah, so there was one aspect that we talk about, which is around the integrity of the content
Of the
that
product.
creator created, uh, which revolves around like, hey, are people putting out appropriate or inappropriate content that may make other people feel
Makes sense.
uncomfortable? So that's one area
Mhm.
where I think we can sort of implement additional metrics or monitoring or reporting mechanism to monitor and make sure
Okay.
that
Makes sense.
our product is going to the towards the right direction. um, there
Mhm.
are other aspects like the performance aspect of the product, like because by introducing these reels into news feed or Facebook and Instagram, what are some of the
Yep.
trade-offs in terms of latency when the user is uh, reading through
Yep.
the
Yeah.
reading through news feed?
Exactly.
So that's one.
Yeah. Latency. Yeah, you're right. Latency, buffer time. If buffer time increases, latency increases. You might think the user is spending more time, but then that's a good counter metric. Makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, I can think many more, but I will just give one more
Mhm.
example, which
Sure.
revolves around like how would this product cannibalize other product, right? Like
Exactly.
because
Yep.
Instagram Reels, it's sort of videos, it's taking also time from the user to to sort of engage.
Yeah.
And another similar
From
product.
stories or other products are also there, right? Yeah, you also have stories and other products. Now this might actually cannibalize the time from there. Makes
That's
sense.
right. You may cannibalize time away from Instagram stories or even Facebook Watch, other similar
Yes.
type of video products.
Peter did well to mention countermetrics all throughout the answer, although it would have been more structured if he had talked about them in their own section. It's good to outline both negative countermetrics and false positives. Awesome. Awesome. Great answer, Peter. Yeah, I think one final thing. How do you think you did this interview? Where do you think, are there any areas do you think you'd improve?
Yeah, thanks, Anand, for the interview and the questions. I think I I haven't done interview for a while, so some of my articulation and communication may not be the clearest that I want to be able to articulate. And
That
so,
was really good. That's good.
so I think
Mhm.
I probably could have done better in my articulation and communication. At times, I may have found myself repeating the same message a couple of times. So I think, yeah, I could improve more in terms of the communication side and the articulation.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. Overall, Peter did a fantastic job in providing the goals, the actions, and the nuanced metrics. Where he could have improved would have been defining a product mission early on, enabling him to then connect his North Star back to the mission along with the business objective. Okay, well, I hope this interview has been helpful to everyone watching. Both Peter and I are coaches on I Got an Offer. So if you have an interview coming up and you need help to prepare, you can find us there. Thanks and a ton of good luck for you.